Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. In this video, we'll be talking about top 10 cooking mistakes to avoid in the kitchen. Whether you've been cooking for a while or are just starting out, you'll inevitably make some mistakes in the kitchen. Yes, even seasoned professionals and competent cooks make mistakes. It occurs when we're pressed for time, feeling a little sluggish, or are just unfamiliar with the kitchen. There are clear do's and don'ts in the kitchen. This video is for you if you're attempting to learn how to cook better or just figuring out what not to do in the kitchen. We'll look at some of the worst cooking mistakes that can occur and discuss how to prevent them. Keep yourself safe when cooking, and savor the delicious results. 1. Not fully reading the recipe before cooking. I understand. You jump right in, reading and using the recipe as you go since you're eager to start cooking. The issue is that some recipes aren't put in the right order, and there's nothing worse than learning you're missing a few ingredients halfway through a meal. Reading the recipe completely should always be your first step before carrying out any action. You'll have a clearer concept of what you'll be doing and an opportunity to check that you have all the necessary supplies and utensils. 2. Cooking food without adding salt. Never adding salt and relying solely on the salt shaker on the table. No food that has been seasoned with a salt shaker will ever come close to the flavor of food that has been seasoned throughout the cooking process. 3. Crowding the pan. It is really terrible when people cram food into the pan while it is cooking. Food that is charred on the outside yet raw on the inside may result from this. Additionally, it may cause food to steam rather than brown. For optimal results, leave plenty of room between each item and cook in batches. 4. Using a wrong-sized cutting board. Those little cutting boards are lovely, but their main function is for slicing a few berries or preparing a garnish for a drink. It is also too little to operate neatly and efficiently while cutting an entire roast chicken, for instance. Make sure you have enough space to work and that your cutting board is enough for the task at hand. Slicing and dicing will be much more comfortable for you, and using a larger board is safer than using a small one. 5. Use of metal utensils when cooking in non-stick pans. Your non-stick pots and pans will become scratched up by metal utensils, losing their non-stick qualities and defeating the whole point. When using non-stick cookware, only use wooden or silicone utensils. 6. Not cleaning your veggies. You are just asking for trouble if you don't wash your veggies. Always thoroughly rinse your produce before using it to cook. Give the veggies 10 minutes to soak in a clean sink filled with water and a spoonful of salt. Thoroughly rinse with 1/8 cup vinegar. Repeat rinsing. Any little insects or mites on the produce will be exposed during this procedure, and the vinegar will help destroy any bacteria that remain. They should be rinsed twice to get rid of any bacteria, dirt, and debris. 7. Adding oil while pasta water is boiling. People who add oil to a pot of boiling pasta water with the belief that it will prevent the noodles from sticking to each other are false. If you want pasta that is perfectly cooked and has no sticking problems, you shouldn't do this. Although many people still do this, the ideal practice is to wait until the salted water has fully boiled before adding the pasta. Use tongs to turn and stir the pasta in the saucepan to avoid sticking after it starts to soften. 8. Cooking without using a timer when cooking. Those who don't use timers are just asking for disaster. Setting a timer or two is vital because you never know how long anything will take. Timing and keeping an eye on the food as it cooks can make the difference between providing dry food or excellent, moist food. 9. Cooking without seasoning the food. Forgetting to season your food as you cook will result in a bland, unappealing, and unbalanced dish. It does a meal a terrible injustice when it could have been extremely good. Seasoning should be done earlier rather than later because it helps to bring out the natural flavors of all the ingredients in a dish. It balances the flavors, blends them, and changes the food from bland to tasty. 10. Overcooking vegetables. Vegetables that are overcooked lose their softness and tenderness and instead become limp and lifeless. When vegetables heat up, water is released from their cells, diluting their flavor and making them less appetizing as a whole. For the best results, cook your vegetables just until they are tender but still have some color. Even though it can be difficult at first, cooking is rewarding once you get the hang of it. You'll be able to prepare excellent, perfectly seasoned meals each and every time by staying away from these common mistakes. Do you know any other common cooking mistakes? Let us know in the comments section. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell to get more cooking tips.